So all I'm saying is, right there, I'm looking at it, and all I can think,
wow, what a hole.
You know what I mean? Like, you got it. I had to do it.
What a hole.
I had to do it.
Yeah, man. Hey, you got to take one for the team. I get it.
It's a hole.
It's
a hole.
Excuse me? What you just say?
What's going on back there?
What's good, y'all? It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love to another edition of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. We got the squad in the building. Yeah. As always, the super producer, Joel Holt. Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC. And on the ones, twos, and threes today, Mr. Drew Better. If you knew better, you do better. Say, who better? Nobody, bro.
Nobody.
He's in the back always holding down the ones, the twos, the threes, the fours, the fives, and sixes today. We got a lot to get into on today's episode, man. It's bad. gotta recap this Bears. We gotta recap this Bears game. It is good that Caleb Williams had a solid bounce back game. So gotta talk about Caleb Williams bouncing back. Last night took an L, but tonight he took another L. Sorry. And then we got to talk about this dynamic. The topic that is at hand is this Bears coaching staff seeming to not trust Caleb Williams in the moments that you need him most. And, of course, best and worst. All that more in today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Boys, what's going on? Everybody good? Everybody good?
Yeah, well, good as can be.
As positive as I could be. I don't know.
You know, to follow up with such a gloomy Monday. Yeah. Like the rain.
Today actually was a gloomy
day.
It's raining all day.
It was dark outside. Overcast. It was just a cloud over Chicago.
Yeah. Depressing.
Yeah.
It was
sucked.
It did suck. It did suck. It was tough.
I just hope we can win a game.
Oh, I don't
there's that.
Yeah. I didn't have it. We sucked.
I also agree with that. I also agree. I do hope that we can win a game.
Yeah. Who's in? How many? Who's who's number one in the chat? So
number one, Noah P said, "We in here, baby." Yeah. Shout out to Noah
in the building.
V
Dog, Chirac fan 24.
We got all these muds up in here, man. Crimson in the building. Let's jump into it, man. Let's get through the recap because I'm sick of it. I mean, like,
I feel sorry for you because you had to sit there and take all those calls and stuff.
I mean, you know what? I think here's the thing: Bears fans are kind of all on the same consensus. It sucks. Yeah, I'll tell you this. I did an exercise yesterday. Not really an exercise. It was more so I was trying to look something up. And I stumbled onto something much worse. You ever do that? You ever you're looking for one thing and you find something so much more terrible?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I was looking for the Bears' last 10 games versus the Green Bay Packers to try and see kind of, maybe we do like a ranking of which is the worst Packers loss in that time span. It gave me the last 10 years. Over the last 10 years, the Chicago Bears, anybody want to guess the record for the Green Bay Packers?
In terms of what?
Bears versus Packers.
I'm just going to guess the amount of wins.
Are we like Owen whatever with them?
I'm going to say 3 wins.
Oh, no, we've got a few wins.
2,100 something days since the last victory.
Oof. Yeah, that's since the last victory. 2,164 days now since the last Bears victory.
I was in Green Bay when they beat them.
Yeah. Go ahead. Make our day worse. Go ahead.
2-17.
Good God.
There is a reason that we are this way. There is a reason that we are broken. 2-17.
We've been molded by depression. Jesus Christ.
Molded by it.
Molded by it.
God dang.
You're used to it.
So there's a reason that Bears fans are this way. It's not just like, these guys cry every year. No, we suck. I mean, it is what it is. But I think the part about this game was the part I was trying to figure out. This was the best of the bunch. Competitive down to the end.
Yeah.
There was like an opportunity for you to win the game.
Yep.
And you didn't.
No, there was a couple where remember when we were beating them at home.
He was whooping us.
No, with Khalil Mack.
We lost.
I know we lost, but it wasn't. We
won the one game at home.
What I'm saying is, it wasn't like it was a blowout. He's saying that like not every game was a blowout.
No,
there's been a lot of blowouts.
No, most of them was.
There was a few.
There was
blowouts.
a lot of 38-20 in there.
Like at the end result.
There was a lot of blowouts, dog. I'm telling you this right now. It was bad. It was bad. But anyway, we ready to recap this game? Let's run the recap. Here we go.
Drew, hit me with the horns.
Oh boy.
Drew wasn't ready.
Hey,
He did throw it to you randomly on that one.
No, I say it all the
Yeah,
time.
like,
no, get the music.
Hit me with the horn.
Hit the music.
Right, I got it.
Hit it. Let's do it.
Yep. Oh, there we go.
Picture.
I love that picture.
Week 11 is come and gone, and the Chicago Bears are yet again losers in this whole thing. They lose 20-19 to the Green Bay Packers. Not a bad day offensively. 212 yards passing, 175 yards on the ground. Bears won the time of possession. Bears won the turnover battle,
dominated.
and yet still find a way to lose the game. I think it's pretty comical. Yeah, one too many scoring touchdowns up there for us, Joe. Shout out to you though, man.
Two running backs.
2 scoring touchdowns on the day for the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, the 2 running backs.
We didn't score another touchdown. Got 3.
Oh, you know I was transposed.
There it is. He caught up. Still too many penalties.
You know why
Little
I transposed it? My
little
fault.
pre-snap penalty issues for the Chicago Bears there. But they actually did a solid day in the second half, containing the rush defensively. It's very weird breaking this game down and talking about this as a loss for the Bears. I thought the defense came out in the second half, did some good things. Still not enough pressure, but 1 interception on the day. Technically 2 turnovers on the day, like I said, because you do get the turnover on downs in the red zone. Packers did not get a turnover. They did still hit Caleb Williams way too much, but unfortunately, that's what Caleb's got to deal with on this team. That's not going away anytime soon. 55 tackles for the Bears, 75 tackles for the Green Bay Packers. That's a solid defense over there.
And that's good because they're technically the defense was supposedly more fresh, even though we were missing a few guys.
Yeah.
And we're banged up. But the fact that we didn't have, that's 20 less tackles, which means they weren't out there as much as they normally would have been.
No.
And what I didn't like also was that we still had more penalties. We still have more
Still too many
penalties.
Yeah, 7 penalties on
Like
the
we
day.
always
That's
get more
bad.
penalties than the other team.
That's bad.
And especially on the last play of the game. Could have been a penalty called
Yeah,
there.
could have been.
There
Brees
should
Butler
have
of the
been a
week. I mean,
penalty
you gotta
there.
go- You got to
They
go
roughed
with
up
Caleb
the long snapper.
DeAndre Swift, I thought, did some good things as well.
I'm sorry,
I still
I
wouldn't
went
pay him
ahead.
$8 million.
I went ahead, so-
But you got to go Caleb Williams there. Really good day. 95 quarterback rating. I thought that he passed the football very well. He was very efficient. Did some short passing type things, but it worked out for him. DeAndre Swift, of course, 75 yards on the day. 1 touchdown, 13 receptions.
Yeah, 13 reception yards.
13
Receiving yards.
Oh,
Receiving
okay.
yards, yeah.
I was like, receptions? That's
REC is
crazy.
receptions.
I love the fact that Roshan Johnson got involved as well. 10 carries, 33 yards on those carries. 1 touchdown. Did a really good job just going when he was called upon.
Yep.
I thought
Got
that
the big
I thought that
yards.
Thomas Brown did some good job utilizing him. Roma Dunze was the man down the stretch.
Big time
6
plays.
receptions, 65 yards on the day. Big time players make big time plays. That's exactly what Roma Dunze was able to do out there. And then DJ Moore getting involved as well. 7 receptions on the day, 62 yards. Didn't get a touchdown, but I thought he made some very impactful plays, especially to put you in positions to score. It's good to see that we're getting on the right track. Defensively, Kevin Byard with 9 tackles. A big hit, too. Big hit
Yes, it
on,
was.
what is that, the tight end coming across
Yeah.
that he laid
Yep,
out there?
yep.
Yeah, he lit that man up. And the only sack on the day coming from DeMarcus Walker there. 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, 2 tackles on the day. Still got some concerns on that defensive line. Not looking good
going on there?
on the defensive line. But that is our Chicago Bears recap of the Bears-Packers game, brought to you by...
Wow.
Oh.
What a hole.
Brought to you by the hole. This team. I mean, listen, it sucks at the end of the day when you're on the losing end of a Bears-Packers win. It's never not going to suck. But me and Jordan talked about it this morning. I thought there were a lot of positives that you could take from this game. I thought that there were a lot of good moments that you could take from this game, especially it being Thomas Brown's first game. Now, this is Thomas Brown's second time coaching against the Packers, having a really good game and losing. So it seems to be a theme in that sense. But at least in this,
Not his fault.
at least in this situation, right, puts you in a position to win.
Yep.
Caleb Williams driving you down. If you're a Bears fan right now, and you feel like you don't have a quarterback that can lead you down the field and do some good things for you, I don't know what you're looking at. I mean, you saw this young man get sacked on back-to-back plays on that final drive, still be able to make plays with his legs, extend plays, make some beautiful passes to Roma Dunze, pass to Keenan Allen, drops a dime in the bucket to Cole Kmet. Those are things that should have you excited as a Bears fan today. And realistically speaking, to me, when you're having a conversation on, okay, what are things that you can build upon? You've seen this young man do this 3 times this season, drive you down the field in tough situations, game-winning situations, and put you on his back. As much as I love Justin Fields, that wasn't Justin.
Yeah, no, it wasn't Justin. You're seeing a clear difference between the type of quarterback that you have and the ones that you had in the past. Because if we were told that, we were in a situation where the quarterback got sacked twice in the first and second play of the last drive, and then he's at 3rd and 19, you're telling me that he's going to get down the field? I wouldn't have believed you for a second. PTSD would have set in for me. I would have been like, oh, well, let's just look forward to the end of this game. Turnover on downs or turnover or just running out the clock like that. That's what I expected. That's what we all expected. And so the fact that Caleb Williams took his team down the field with Roma Dunze, by the way, the rookie connection worked.
Yeah.
And I said this earlier. You can't overlook the fact that in those clutch moments, this has happened more than once now with Caleb. He's been able to clutch up and say, hey, I'm going to put us in a position to win. I'm going to put the team on my back, and we're going to get down the field.
Yeah.
Now, what you do when you get down the field, that's Matt Eberflus's issues. But he took the ball out of his guy's hand. That's the problem that I have. But overall, you love to see what you saw out of Caleb, and that's why I said, to me, I'm not so frustrated by the fact that we lost because I already know that the season is lost. It sucks that we lost to the Packers, but now I'm just looking to the development of Caleb going forward.
Yeah, I agree with you that, okay, fine, building blocks for next season. What would be nice is that we've been saying this from the beginning that we need an offensive line.
Yeah.
Like that, we all know that. Breeze Nation knows that. We've all been saying since the draft, since the offseason, that we want linemen.
Everybody knows that except the GM.
Yeah, right. We've been saying that. So the fact that
that picture of Flus is great.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that.
That picture of Flus is great.
man,
His head
just
back loose in
let
his
it
mind.
But what I saw, which is what I've been asking for probably eons, is a capable-looking offense.
Yeah.
And for the first time, they actually scored in the first half. They scored in the first quarter. I mean, I would have rather
we've scored in the first half this season. We haven't scored in the first quarter.
In the first quarter,
We have we
field
now
goal.
have 13 points.
Right, and then they scored
13 total first quarter points.
I'm just saying,
It's a work in progress, boys.
Now, keep this mess up. But the problem is, I wish you would just did this. Why did it take? It's so bad. It sucks that it took this long to even get that kind of somewhat of competency.
Yeah.
Use the running backs the right way. We saw Cole Kmet being used. We saw the receivers actually getting spread where it was DJ Moore. It was Keenan. Everybody had a little bit of, you're able to produce. So the fact is that, it came down to situational gameplay that we've always had critiqued about. And Flus has done it again and again and again, and it's a heartbreak.
Yeah, at this point, it's who he is, right? Like, I listen. This is an identity.
Yeah,
this is an identity, boys. At this point, this is just who Matt Eberflus is, and you kind of like. Unfortunately, I don't know if he gets fired. I think that this is the kind of coach they want. Somebody you can manipulate, somebody you can have control over, somebody who you can. Hey, I've never seen. I keep saying this. I've never seen a coach not pick his coaching staff. Really don't feel like Flus is coached with any of these guys.
Oh, I did it again.
What's going on here?
I keep forgetting I switched out.
Joe's the clown.
What's happening?
It's a clown show. You know, it worked out. It's a clown show.
Welcome into
the leaders of the Bears.
I keep forgetting that was my congratulations. You played yourself, but I took that one out.
It's gone.
Real quick, we got to shout out Paul Gil. I want to pronounce his name properly.
Paul Galore.
Paul G from LA.
He only pays for a super chat every
Paul Galore.
Galore, I got it.
Galore,
He said, "Man, low key, I'd be shocked if we win a game and laugh in my opinion. LML, we can't score 21 points consistently."
Man, that acronym killed you.
Jeez, Joe.
Hey,
No, his name threw me off.
He said LaMayo. Jesus, Joel.
Sorry.
Put yourself on timeout.
What a hole.
Now you're hitting the wrong stuff. Now
I
stuff
didn't.
that moved it.
Wow. What a hole.
Oh, I shifted it.
I didn't know you could do that. Oh, we learning stuff.
Hey,
We figured it out on the fly.
Yeah.
Kumbaya.
Yeah, that was hard. But no, I mean, I think here's the big thing though. When you look at the future of this team, when you're seeing the things from your quarterback that you want to see.
Yeah.
You saw something from an offensive coordinator for an offense that I think you want to see, right? Like, and what I mean by that is Thomas Brown didn't do anything spectacular. A lot of people talk about, you know, you got to bump, you got to jump in production because everybody's more excited. The one thing I will say, and I said this on the Chicago Bears podcast today, Keenan Allen will never block like this again. You wasted that blocking up. He will never block like that again on the outside. Do not run screenplays to his direction. It will not work for you. I fully believe that. I'm not even joking. He's not going to block. He didn't block in San Diego. He didn't block in L.A. He's not going to all of a sudden magically become a blocking wide receiver in Chicago. He's not Equinemius St. Brown. I don't know if he's on the team. Go pick him up. You know what I mean? If you want a guy blocking on the outside. But to me, Thomas Brown called an offense that is what's the word we said this morning? What's the word you said this morning? No, I'm trying to think of what he said this morning. Replicatable? What did you say? Replicable. That's what you said this morning. Replicable. Word of the day.
Wait, I'm calling that.
Yeah, that's not a word. You can't throw that down. I know that. You can't throw that down the scrap.
I could just say the word of the day.
But no, he's running an offense that you can replicate, and that I think is not. Listen, it is the offense that I hope you call versus the Minnesota Vikings, who are going to come in and literally go engage 8, engage 8, engage 8, engage 8. Caleb's dead. If you don't want to kill Caleb, I need short passes. I need him scrambling. I need those quick passes. So I thought that the fact that you had that coming out of this game is something good for the Chicago Bears moving forward. Now the question is, can you do it again? That's really what it comes down to.
The defense is taking a hit. Like they weren't as dominant in the sense where
defense was still pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like in the second half, the defense
only gave
was
up
still
20
pretty good.
points.
It looked the way we usually see
No,
it.
the worst
20
thing.
points.
They
Obviously,
gave
giving
up
up
20
is still
points.
Good.
The worst thing about the defense is Jalen Johnson fell over.
Yeah, that
Like that,
kinda,
he was already
all
see,
weird.
But see, that to me, that's a culture thing. Bad teams be bad.
Yeah.
By the way, he did mention that he tripped over the guy's foot.
Which I'm sure, right? But bad teams be bad.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, bad teams are gonna bad.
Yeah.
And I'm saying it wrong on purpose because
not bad meaning mad,
but because like if we're being real, the number one coverage cornerback in the NFL fell down. Only on a bad team do things like that happen.
Yeah.
No, you get the kick.
Like
block.
you get the random things that just like you're like there's zero chance of that happening. Yeah. What the heck?
No penalty called on that.
And it's the environment that your head coach is putting on this team. Yeah. And the scariest part about all of it is I don't think that he's going to get fired.
I think they like him too.
I swear to God,
it would be a shock. You know what else?
It would be a shock for him to get fired.
It would not be a shock to me if he got fired.
Yeah,
it would not be if he was retained.
It would be a shock if they fire him.
It would be a shock to me if they fired
him. You know what else is a shock? We got over 100 in the chat.
Over 100 in the chat!
That's not a shock. We got some supporters now. That's not a shock.
Well, kind of. We got 184 in the building. 45 likes. They're putting out that Flus energy again. They're giving that Flus energy, dog.
Raise the bar.
Y'all gotta get. Come on now. You're in the building. You're watching. You're enjoying the content. Hit the goddamn like button, man. Y'all like Flus at the end. You're coming up short.
Hey, where's Soo Young? Joe, you slowed it up.
Yeah, we don't have Soo Young on this soundboard. Soo Young's on my personal soundboard. He could get Soo Young.
Email me this.
I gotta send you over Soo Young.
I got something for you guys.
What do you got
I did
for
a little
us?
bit of a deep dive for the show. I got a couple of stats I'm going to throw out throughout the show. And
drum roll, Joe, drum roll.
I want to start with these stats. There's changes under the new OC Thomas Brown. Caleb with 4 design runs.
Okay,
that was a positive.
I do like that.
Saw 70 rushing
yards.
Every
Every time he needed daylight, he took it.
Yeah.
He didn't stay in the pocket and get sacked.
Yep.
Caleb's good Lord, can I talk? Decisiveness as a scrambler, that's kind of going hand in hand. DJ Moore with 5 screens, and we actually saw them work. That's one of the things that he implemented in the game. The movement plays, the motion plays. Roshan at the goal line. You saw more of Roshan being used.
Yeah.
Yep.
Swift with 9 carries to the outside,
Yeah.
which is where he's good.
Yep.
An outside zone run for an outside zone running back?
Go
Give me
figure.
common sense.
Whoa!
Go figure.
Common
And then the
sense.
last one, offensive line with second best pressure rate of year. But I credit that to the ball getting out quicker, so they don't have to protect for 4 or 5 seconds.
You know what?
I credit that to Caleb Runner.
You know what? Thomas Brown for head coach. Let's go.
I saw that. Yesterday. I was like, can we breathe?
Dilly.
Can we
Tabernacle.
breathe?
Give me the tabernacle.
Yeah, ain't like, Jesus.
I ain't lying.
Thomas Brown for head coach.
I don't mind a little interim
He's it.
during
He's
the middle
it.
of the season.
He's it. Is he the most? But what's funny is, we talk about these subdued coaches that we've had to deal with all over the years.
Yeah.
Does he have a little more fire as a personality
Did you
than,
see it
than
in the
most of the
booth?
guys? Definitely Trestman weak. Jerron was weak.
yeah.
Lovey, Rex Grossman.
I love
mean,
Lovey,
here's
but Lovey didn't have that fire.
Here's the thing. Flus has the fire. Like when they score, he's clapping it up. He's running around everybody. He's hyped.
no.
He's sitting there. Good job, Razor. I love that crusher.
Hey,
Yeah, man.
talking about-
Yeah, here we
talking
go.
about
he doesn't have
commanding the
convincing
room.
fire, though.
You don't believe his fire?
You can tell when a person has come from a certain background
That's
that has like
propane.
little aggression, you know. The Flus is a little flaky to me. He's a little flaky.
But yeah, I think that you've got a guy. Here's a guy. No, I think you've got a guy who, offensively just understands keep it simple, stupid,
Yeah.
and runs it in that way.
Yeah.
Like you didn't do anything. That's
Well-
why I think that this is something you can replicate, because to me, if you had gone out there and all of a sudden DJ Moore's juking out of bad blocks and he's bursting up the field, Keenan Allen's one hand catching it, grabbing his nuts on the way into the end zone, like I'd be like, it's not really the Bears team that we know. This was fun, but
Yeah.
this probably isn't going to be able to be run back.
Not gonna
No,
do
Like
this
to
again.
me,
Yeah.
this is something that you can run every single week, that you can continue to improve upon. This is kind of your baseline of where you were. Now you're getting back to it, and the fact that you were able to do it versus a good defense, I think, is important.
That's
So-
what's most impressive is they did it against a great defense. You can't use the excuse anymore that the offense looked good those 3 weeks
I mean, they
in
did
a row.
only put up 19 points against them. But it moved.
But it was fluid.
It moved.
That's the word I keep going back to, is that you saw throughout the quarters. I didn't see one time where the Bears offense was staggered or was a little bit like hesitant
Stagnant,
or
yeah.
stagnant, right?
Yeah.
Or hesitant. Like I didn't see that. I
All
saw
kind of
fluidity.
words.
Stagger's a real word.
No, he was. No,
It is staggered, but I was thinking stagnant. You're right. Stagnant
So-
is the right word.
What I think what they did was they played the rookie quarterback how you're supposed to play a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
You're not throwing him out there expecting him to just all of a sudden know what to do.
Go be Jesus.
So he's not
Be Superman.
he's not there yet. But that's the confidence builder. The fact that he sat there and he took what the defense gave him. He ran when he needed to run. What's funny? Shout out to Baki. Baki said, "Hey y'all know what play we didn't see? Tight end screen.
Didn't see one
Thank
tight end
God.
screen. In fact, we
Shout
saw a
out.
screen.
No tight end screens.
We saw a screen to DeAndre Swift that had big guys in front
Did you
of
see
him
that?
running.
We had
Jones
people
knocked the
movers.
mess
Braxton-
out of there.
Now,
Braxton Jones killed that dude.
He is a good
Jesus.
run blocker,
Jesus.
terrible pass blocker. You know,
Yeah.
Man, he got picked up into Caleb's lap. That was crazy. Like
he got Rashawn Gary. I think it was, that just
he
pushed him.
loved
wait,
going to see
question for
Santa
the
at the mall.
Question for the panel: should we move Braxton Jones on the inside?
He's even worse because now he
Talking
can't
about at guard?
the leverage.
Put him at guard.
Well, who are we putting
Then-
at tackle?
Yeah, but the
No,
pro-
we're talking about next year because he's still signed.
Oh no,
he's not
we're
going.
getting better
yeah, he's
talent
still
next year.
he's still a rookie.
Right, he's on his rookie deal. So
Yeah.
can we move him
I'm sorry,
on the
no.
inside?
No.
Well,
I'm looking
you
to
could
replace.
try it out,
I'm looking
and
to
then it
replace the
work.
talent on the line.
You know what?
immensely.
I think here's the thing, right? You and this is the problem. This is the concern.
It's not as much bull rush on the inside either. Though.
There's not as much bull rush on the inside. That
Sure.
is true. Although versus your best of the best that move around on the offensive line or on the defensive line, they're gonna pick the weak lineman and attack them. But I think here's the concern, right? Now you're just taking a weak offensive lineman and moving him to a spot he's never played.
It could be a strength, though. You have to
Yeah,
try
it's a
it
bad
out.
experiment.
I'm not
don't do it to
I'm not
be great.
saying I'm not saying you move on from him completely. I think he should be on your team. He's a solid swing tackle. He's somebody who could be a backup tackle. I just don't think that you should have him as a starting piece on your offensive line. And if you're serious about protecting this young man moving forward, if you're serious about keeping this young man alive, like you go out and you get better pieces than Braxton Jones.
There's going to be
It's
an
a better
overhaul
piece,
of
but-
talent on this line. There's going to be an overhaul in the draft of guards,
Well, we
linemen,
hope.
tackles. Like
We hope. We'll see
I
the
swear
first
to God,
4
if Ryan
picks.
Poles,
DB, wide
your job is on the
receiver,
line this year.
quarterback,
Yeah, okay.
kicker.
Quarterback, punter.
We need a kicker. We kick too low with the
Yeah,
trajectory.
we do need a kicker. You're in line.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of dudes that kick 50+ yards in college. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, go get one of them kids early.
Steve-O said guards get nothing but the bull rush. Crimson, your dick said he's not strong enough for a tackle.
But if you put him at the guard, the guard usually gets the double team either from the center. So
Yeah.
therefore, you don't get the bull rush as much on the inside as you do all the time on the outside.
Look, he's a max.
Well,
I put
you
him in
normally
with a max.
don't get bull rushed every play. He's just so bad at it that they bull rush him every
They
play.
know. They know.
Like, bro, when Jared Verse came here, Jared Verse was not bull rushing people. He was going around mugs.
Yeah.
Jared Verse made a concerted effort to say, I'm going through your chest every play.
Yeah.
And he was on Caleb just about every other play. Like,
Yeah.
I think that those things do make a difference. And so, like, I would say you want to upgrade that position. I think at the end of this game, and Bears fans, if anything, right, outside of a wild play, which of course we'll talk about the field goal here, the field goal attempt, which the penalty that could have been called. I love Pat McAfee standing up for Bears fans a little bit on that one. But at the end of the day, you know, should you have gone for it in that moment? Should you take the ball out of Caleb Williams' hands?
I would have went a little further.
I wouldn't take the ball out of Caleb Williams' hands, but that's just me right now. But
Nope.
I think that you got to see a player go out there, overcome the adversity of your offensive line like you've been talking about all year. As he gets sacked on back-to-back plays where it's just like, set hut,
And it was like over. It was like everything was
done.
set up.
Yeah.
It was like, and then
We're
all of a sudden,
like,
it's like, dun, 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 dun. It was like the Rocky music came on. He throws the roam. Holy crap! He throws the roam again. Because those other 2 plays, it was like we're for dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we took those two sacks. Then you come down there, you get the momentum, and then you just say, let's just run the clock all the way out. It's like, bro,
30 seconds.
why would so this is the thing. I'm not mad if you kick the field goal at the end. I just would have did it where I would have made sure it maybe get to the 30, maybe get to the 20.
But
You played to win the game.
You had too much time.
and this is what I say. It wouldn't
got
have
scared.
mattered. It wouldn't have mattered because of who you got.
Can I mention my next step?
Oh, you got more stats?
That
You got
actually
more
matters.
numbers?
I got 3 more throughout the live, but here's my second one. Going back to your point, since you mentioned the fact that, you know, you want to run down the clock, right? And he said, we felt comfortable where Santos was, right? He said, you know, 46 yards is in his wheelhouse. Well, Santos is 71 for 71 inside the 40-yard line. Miles, while with the Bears. Matt Eberflus stood at the podium and said 6 or 7 extra yards didn't matter. We were at the 46. You run another play where you can get at the least 6 or 7 yards.
That's what I'm saying.
Now you're really in his wheelhouse,
Get as
where he has
close.
never missed a kick.
Shout out to V-Dog.
Now the trajectory maybe can be up a little bit higher. Maybe.
It's not that.
That's
Just-
tough though
you
because
have more-
Cairo Santos is also 7 for 8 from 50+. He was to that point.
Yeah.
He was 2 for 3 from 40+. Like, I'm not saying you're wrong, but it's not like he was like slicing them left
Same.
from 40. Like,
71
I
for
just felt like
71's a
I'm not
lot-
mad that you
lot
kick a
of
field
good
goal. I would have
stuff.
just tried to guarantee is a little bit, get a little bit closer. You had maybe another shot just to guarantee because it's the whole point is of what ended up happening.
but see, that's the thing. Y'all think the guarantee matters.
no, I just
In
think-
one,
us, it should.
in
He coulda-
one,
he
in
coulda broke
one,
and got a touchdown.
in one score. No, he won
How do you know?
because in one score games, Matt Eberflus's teams are the worst.
Well, I mean, yeah, we get
Because
that.
of
No,
his-
because here's the thing.
because
It's
of his
the
decision.
culture
Right.
that you're
He
putting
flused
out
it.
there.
He flused
Of
it.
course he flused it. But you know what else happens? If he would have ran the football, fumble. He would have flused it. If you go for the extra throw, he would have flused it. Like
Turnover,
to
yeah,
me,
interception.
it's the culture of your team. Your mindset of your team is not prepared to go down in those one score moments.
God dang it, something's got to give,
Shout
Pat.
out to
The
them.
thing that needs to give is Matt Eberflus needs to give his job away. Like that's what needs to
You
give.
know,
My bad.
last night,
Ryan Poles needs to give a pink slip. Like we know it needs to give,
I was
but nothing's going to. But see, here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is gonna sound crazy, right? I almost don't even want you to switch Flus out.
Oh, no.
You want to know why?
What?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
What is the mindset?
Wait, for the first time.
let me say it. No, don't.
first time we got to give
don't
Pat the
roll the
credits.
credits.
I'm
Don't
just
roll the
double
credits.
checking.
Don't roll the credits.
Okay, I'm
Because the mindset of your organization is what Flus is.
Oh, okay. Phew.
The mindset
Say-
of your all you're gonna do is bring in another Flus, and we're gonna have to deal with him for 3 years.
But what if we get a
And we
lovey
gonna-
flus instead of a flus?
It doesn't matter.
Lovey Flus took us to
I'll
the
take a
Super Bowl.
lovey flus than a.
It just,
I like
but
Super
here's
Bowl
the thing.
appearance, at
When
least.
your organization from the top down, think about what we're doing with you have Arlington Heights. You can build literally the best property in the world
and they want
for you. And you want to go over to this hospital site. Good enough is good enough. Hey, I got the quarterback. I got the wide receiver. You got any offensive lineman? I ain't got no offensive lineman. You know what I do, guy? I got a goddamn punter, though. Good enough is good enough. The organizational mindset
I hate it when you make so much sense, Pat.
is what Matt Eberflus is.
Jean-Claude Van Damme, you make sense.
and it sucks. It's not to say I don't want a better coach. I want Mike Vrabel. I want Bill Belichick. I don't even know if I want Bill Belichick. I just want anybody not Flus.
Bill.
I want Ben Johnson for $15 million
Bill
a year.
gonna get some furniture moving up in this.
You know what I mean? Like, I want these guys that are going to make an impact for the Chicago Bears. But I don't want you sitting here.
Good dipshit.
Because this is the thing. This is who we are. This is who your organization is. And until you have changes at your chop, and I'm not saying change the personnel. I think Ryan Poles does a good job bringing talent in. There's a lot of good picks. I watched pick 1 and pick 9 go down the field and pick apart the Packers
I'm
defense.
starting to question Tariq Stevenson though.
Tyreek has looked a little. He looked all right the other day though. He didn't look terrible.
I'm not gonna lie though. I saw. I think it was Numb AZ. I had a tear yesterday watching the Chargers as they did their little expose on the Chargers and seeing Jim Harbaugh.
You mean going for it in J.K. Diamond's run?
No, they were just talking about how they're 6-3 now, and the team is doing well, and Derwin, and they're all motivated,
That's a real
and
quarterback.
and it's a
I mean,
real coach.
head coach.
Look at the
And
rest.
it's like,
coach.
Look at the rest of the division. Look at what the Packers have gone through this year.
I wanted Harbaugh.
Look at the Packers have
I
gone through
wanted
this year.
Saquon.
Now, I wanted Harbaugh too. Even that though, our personal beef in the college game is going to affect me wanting
Yep.
the best for my team.
But you say you want a winner.
But you want a winner. You know what I mean? And so
Put that
I
pride
just
aside.
I don't believe it. I don't believe them anymore. I don't believe them when they say they want to go out and win championships for the city. I don't believe Ryan Poles when he says he wants to take the division and never give it back with who? Matt Eberflus?
No, I think he does. I just think that the people above
No.
You can't
no. He said that before he retained Matt Eberflus. You clearly don't want the division
he
if
said
you're
he
bringing
wanted
that
to,
goof
we're
back.
going to take the North back or something.
He
like
said
that.
we're gonna take the North and we're
gonna
gonna
win
never give it back.
give it back.
And you
got three
took
teams
back
you're trying to
Matt
take it
Eberflus.
back from right now.
Yeah.
At this point, you're the fourth worst team.
Oh, easily.
Jesus, man.
Like it's laughable. It's laughable to me at this point, and that's why I say, like, at this point, I'm like, don't go get another coach. Keep running him out there. Let him feel the pain. Let him get the losses. Let's make sure by the time he leaves here, he's never gonna get another head coaching job.
Shout out to Eric.
That should be the case now. You're telling me you want to keep him just to run this clown show back, just so we won't do the same thing we've been doing over and over every year and replace him with another soft-minded
Who's
head
the next
coach.
lame duck you gonna bring in?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to bring a new shiny toy in.
No, because it's gonna be somebody you don't know.
That's true.
It's gonna be a
What,
coach you don't know.
Johnson?
No, it's gonna be somebody. It's gonna be somebody you ain't even thought of yet. It's gonna be some offensive coordinator you ain't even thought of yet, because they're gonna pick his staff for him.
Well, based off if they want the strong front office
Yeah.
to run the squad.
Or he's going to be related to Trace Thompson.
Trace Armstrong.
Trace Armstrong.
Yeah, Trace Armstrong.
I'm like, Trace Thompson, you gonna be playing baseball?
Yeah.
That checks out.
Oh, man, socks, man.
I'm fine with you going. I want the big name guy. I want the guy that's going to set a precedent. I want the dude that's going to walk in and be like, why the F didn't y'all get this dude no offensive lineman last year?
Yeah.
They don't want that.
No,
I don't know. Bro, I swear. What a zoom in camera. I need to talk to Mike Ditka real quick.
Oh, yes.
What did you do? What did you do?
He caused chaos.
Bro, like what happened? You won. All he did was win. He literally only won in Chicago. He had 2 losing seasons.
Yep.
And the one losing season, he went 5 and 11.
Yeah, 5-11.
And then went 11 and 5, 11 and 5, and then had another losing. What did you do?
You know what he did.
that made these mugs
was bigger
never
than the brand.
want
No, you know
anybody
bigger than the brand.
I guarantee.
ever again that could remotely be like you. Like, what happened?
I guarantee you, they tried to step to him, and he's like, "You little runts. I remember when you were kids. You can't talk to me. You know, you're not a real man like you're like Papa Bear." I guarantee you, he went after them to. Well, let me say, hypothetically, that's just an idea, but it has to be to a point that a lot of his behavior turned them off, that they were too intimidated to even deal with that guy. They don't want to deal with him.
He was bigger than the brand. You don't want somebody. That's
I do
gonna-
agree with
probably
that.
told
I
him-
think he
probably
was
told
bigger than
him
the
I'm bigger than
brand.
the
Yeah,
brand.
you don't
Or
want
maybe,
somebody
I don't know.
That must said the bear looks like me.
See his face?
They want to be the McCaskies.
I don't know what happened, but I need you to call them and apologize, bro, because they will never let a coach in
Well, the
like
players-
you ever again.
It's very similar to what's going on in Dallas. Jerry Jones doesn't want a coach that outshines him. And that's the same thing with the Bears. The
There's an
Bears do
ego.
not want a coach that is going to be the face of the franchise. They want the face of the franchise to be invisible. They just wants to win.
It's just mind blowing to me. Like, here's my biggest problem. Like, you basically don't want Papa Bear.
Right, young.
You don't want
that's
your
a-
guy,
that's a
your
good point.
But there's
grandfather.
no dog.
You don't want Papa Bear coaching
There's no dog in
the
it.
Bears. You don't want somebody who's going to walk in and set the tone and say, "This is what we do. This is what we're good at, and this is what I need to get it done, and I'm gonna go get it."
Well,
Now he owned the team, so it's a little easier to go get it. But like, I just like it's mind blowing to me, and that's why I say, like, again, I don't want Flus here, but I'd rather keep riding it out with the moron I know
I would say this.
This is the moron
over the
you
new
don't-
moron up the block.
No.
This is going to mess
No.
it up.
You know
even
what? Okay,
more.
wait. This is what it is. The difference between Jerry Jones versus, say, I think the McCaskies. Jerry Jones loves his team, and he loves football. He wants to be a part of that. I think a lot of owners are like, look, business is good. Business is booming. There's a possible disconnect of they don't relate to players. They're not players. They didn't play football. They're not, at least
Jerry didn't play football.
Jerry Jones played in Arkansas with Jimmy Johnson. They were teammates together.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So, but my thing is that those guys were bean counters. Their dad wasn't he like a finance guy or something like that? But I think there's a disconnect that they don't care as long as the bottom line is
No,
working.
they love the Bears.
But yes, they love the Bears in the sense.
When you meet them, they love the Bears. Like when they say they pissed off, that's real. They
But do
love
they
the
know
Bears.
football.
They're not.
That's why they got out the way. That's why they gave Kevin Warren the power. That's why they've given
the whole
Rand
point
Paul
is
the
that-
power. Like that's why George is like we out.
Because they're not
But
those
they
dudes.
but they do like it's not. They are fans of the team. They do love the Bears. Like I've met George. Like I've seen George after a game. Like it's like avoid him. He's got a lot of money and can do whatever he wants. Like this might get ugly.
I think it's different when you're looking at it as I'm a fan of the team versus I am the team. I'm the team owner. I make this thing happen versus like, oh, well, we lost one. Darn it. Oh, freaking Packers. 18. Something says I got to light a fire under somebody if I've lost. We're 2-17.
Yeah.
I am the owner.
Yeah.
So
Well, but that's usually when they do it, right? They lose to the Packers, they fire somebody, they bring somebody new in, they also lose to the Packers. They lose to the Packers for 3 years, then they fire him. They're like, he's not beating them either. Like, it's Lovey had the right mindset. Soft spoken as he was, whatever it was. Lovey came in, he said two things: we're gonna win, and we're gonna make the playoffs, and we're gonna beat the Packers.
They just didn't do. They didn't do.
Or
Lovey
we're gonna
any
win the
favors.
division, we're gonna beat the Packers.
Lovey could not get an offensive staff together. His defense was there. They kept giving him 1 year ultimatums. He couldn't attract a coordinator to come here. So the Bears management kept screwing him over. It's just it's been
Well,
years.
that's Ted. That's different.
That's still
Ted.
management.
Yeah, that's Ted.
It's still management. They got to sign off. The thing is that you're not connected to a point where you can make effective decisions for this team. And the fact that you got a finance guy run the Bears for 20 plus years in the first place. And now it's you bring in Kevin Warren after you done brought everything else in. Shouldn't it go from the top down? It's always backwards.
They do everything backwards here, dog. They do everything backwards here.
You know what?
You got another stat?
You guys are depressing me. I needed some positives, so I'm
Oh,
gonna bring
boy.
up this stat. I'm just gonna bring up another stat so we can have get on back on a high.
Yeah, we back on the high.
Stat number 3: the
me tell
Packers
you how this
blitzed
failed.
Caleb Williams 12 times. Blitzed him 12 times.
Yeah.
On those blitzes, Caleb had a 94.5 PFF grade,
Ooh, okay.
92.0 pass grade. He was 8 for 10 for 87 yards, and a 90% adjusted accuracy.
Okay.
So those are all elite stats against pressure.
Yeah, no, he balled out. I think
He did good.
I mean, at this point, we could talk about the Caleb Williams game. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Show
Oh,
love.
yeah,
Hit that
yeah,
like
we had a
button,
whole
subscribe
nother
to the
topic.
page, leave a 5-star. We've been all over the place, man. We just been stressed.
That's what the Packers
We just
told
been
us.
stressed, dog. You okay? You all right over there? He just shut down.
Positive this whole day.
He just shut
until
down.
now.
He just shut down. It was because I said they're gonna keep Flus.
Yeah,
I really
oh,
do.
yeah, yeah.
I really do think it. I really do think they're gonna keep Flus.
man.
But at a minimum, Caleb Williams bounced back. I think that
Yeah,
you saw Caleb Williams have a really good bounce back game. I thought that he assessed the pressure well, like you just brought out with the numbers there. I thought that he did a good job. Still at times calling audibles when he needed to call audibles. I also thought that Thomas Jones did a really good job taking some of the pressure off of his plate, taking some of the food off of his plate. So you will. I think Caleb Williams was like that fat kid that's trying to overeat. You know what I mean? At a certain point, you got to be like, hey, bro, you ain't going back for thirds. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what you had to do with Caleb, because Caleb was trying to take on too much. He's trying to put everything on himself. Yeah. And, it's not a way to go out there and win.
It's an old Richard Pryor joke with the little monkeys. It's like,
Yeah.
he's in, and the girl monkey said, "Stop. First of all, let me show you where the thing is at. You're doing too much."
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
If you know that joke, that's wild. Joe gave no context because he couldn't say any of that part.
I wasn't going to add to it. I already knew where he was going.
I know the joke. It's a great joke. It's a great joke.
The point is that Caleb was doing too much. He get out, they're making him do all this stuff. It's like, first, slow down. Let me show you how to do it the right way. That's the whole point.
Well, that's the whole point, is you're simplifying the game for a quarterback that he wants to take on more, and you love the fact that he wants to take on more. He's confident to the point where he wants to call audibles and, have command of everything. He is a captain of the team, and so that's what we look forward to in the future. Right now, I think it's just about making sure that he's as consistent as possible in the game. Get him comfortable to the point where he's seeing himself complete passes over and over again. That's why you do the short plays. That's why you do the check downs. That's why you do the dump offs. And then when it's not there, use your feet. 9 rushes for 70? I believe
9 rushes for 70 yards,
Yeah. That's amazing. Now, you don't have the speed. Would you say he's not Justin Fields?
He's
not galloping.
He's not running. He's scampering. It's like
his butter's on fire.
You got the Flintstones on here?
No, but this is close enough.
Yeah, that's kind of how you run it.
Do that. I'm fine with that. As long as you get the first down.
It worked.
Hold on. Yeah. Caleb Williams drops back. Oh, Braxton Jones gets thrown to the left side. Oh, he's got to escape the pocket. There he goes. Juked him by the shoe. The spin move.
Oh, God.
Gain of 12. Wow, look at this guy.
Kid says, "Skibbity pats."
Right.
Skibbity pats. No, they.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, God. That's great.
That's exactly
freaking
what you
great.
want.
But when I look at this,
His
season,
arms up every time. That's how he does. This ain't kind of run with the football. It's like that.
What's interesting is that, do you see them going and winning maybe 2 or 3 games? Because if he gets the confidence builders, like, he's going to break. Like, they were at him. He didn't score any touchdowns, but he was starting to get a rhythm. Yeah, they were starting to use their personnel a little bit better, and there's going to be a game or two that they actually take. I mean, they had a chance in most of these games. Now I have them losing practically every game, but there's a shot that they can win.
That's it, huh?
Yeah, that's it.
You're kind of, yeah.
No, they were favored in all these games coming up to week 11.
You don't think they're going to win another game?
They're not favored to me.
With
Seattle,
the way they played against Green Bay, you don't think they have a chance against Minnesota? Or
what about the Lions are putting up 50 burgers on
Here's
people.
the thing. I think you have a chance against everybody.
You have a chance, but you're not favored.
That don't mean you're going to win it.
Yeah, you're not favored.
You had a chance against the Packers. We got flused.
Yeah. We definitely got flused.
Flused.
You got flused.
Yeah, no, I
He's
think
a flused.
I'm the thing is that what we're seeing though is that eventually Caleb will probably get back where now if he's on this track and he's able to just really dissect and make reads and actually, get the ball out like he's supposed to, he's going to have a 300-yarder coming up again.
Y'all know
we don't expect it.
Y'all know 178 more yards, he breaks the rookie passing record.
For the Bears?
Already?
Bears.
Oh, well, that's
And
not
that's only
surprising
week
at all.
12. By
That's not surprising
Yeah,
at
so
all.
this next game, he could break the rookie
Yeah.
record. And that's the thing.
Hopefully he does.
It's still the rookie record, but they just didn't manage him right those last 3-4 games.
No,
It's
they
like,
didn't.
so imagine he might get on track. I mean, he threw it for 212, right?
No,
Who?
230. No, you know why? Because the team
231
stats
and
were
70
whatever.
for
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
23 for 31, 231 passing
230
yards.
yards.
Got sacked 3 times. Had 9 carries for 70 yards.
Yeah, so I mean that's fine. Like this is now about if anything, we can all step back and it's all about the, like you said, the development of this team moving forward. We've identified we need linemen, offensive linemen bad. I think we're okay with our running backs, our receiver core. We have a tight end.
Yeah.
We just need probably. I'd like to see maybe definitely a defensive end, if not another upgraded defensive line and the offensive
Oh, you
line.
shouldn't be. You shouldn't be looking at nothing but the trenches in the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
All
maybe a
that would be
linebacker.
If you look at anything, and
maybe a
I'll
linebacker.
accept a 6th-round kicker.
Yeah,
Because this kicker's in college. This kid, I'm watching college on Saturday. I'm watching some. I think it was on Utah. Kicked it like 59 yards. Now it's in Colorado, so it's a little different. But he kicked it like 59 yards. I'm like, what
I'll
the?
take it.
No, don't. We're not going for that. No. See, you take no. We're not doing
No,
that.
like,
No,
not
no,
doing
in
it
the
anymore.
late-
No,
late
Jordan.
second-
Hey, I said
No.
I said 6th round, Joe, not 4th round.
Matter of fact, no, I'm damaged. 7th round or undrafted. That's it.
I'm
just-
fine with
we-
that if
no,
you
we
find
just
somebody
said
that
Nigga
can.
said I'm damaged.
No, we just signed Santos. I think year before last, so he's got a couple more years on his
Santos
contract.
isn't bad. Yeah, I don't think he's bad. I'm not even tripping on
Bad,
Santos.
He's just not.
My thing is this: I don't want to
you
keep.
want.
I don't want to depend on my kicker.
Yeah.
If you, the thing is, because you played not to lose, you want to depend on him too. Like you go to him when you absolutely have to.
Yeah, and you
you
didn't
had a
have to.
shot. You could have took a shot. What difference does it make? Even if there was no way we're going to get to the playoffs based off of this record, how they're playing. I
No.
mean, there was hope, but you got to
There's
basically
still
win
hope,
out.
technically. There's still hope.
It is hope.
You're not out of it by the numbers, but it is win every single
7%
game.
chance now. You know?
And guess who'll be
No,
back if you
because
win every
the
single game?
NFC
Oh, boy, don't you
South
say it.
is all 500, and so is the West. So we're still
Well, if you win,
potentially-
if you
we
win
still
every single
potentially have a
game,
chance.
you finish
Actually-
the season 11-6.
No, you're right, because with San Francisco, they're the
We're not
last
talking
in the
playoffs,
division.
bro. We're not finna talk playoffs on here.
just-
We not
Playoffs?
We're
Yes,
not
we
breaking
are.
down playoffs on here, dog. We not.
But
doing
you said there was a hope.
Just
There
hope
was
we
a
can win a
chance.
game.
We're not talking
It worked
playoffs, bro.
again. It worked.
I'm not
It's
talking
not about
playoffs
playoffs anymore.
You know
It's all
what?
about the development of Caleb.
It's all about the
Which
development
leads
of
to
Caleb.
my last stat.
Oh, this
I want
is-
to get this
no,
out
big
of the way.
This is the credits for the playoffs. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
you
nuts. He
jerk.
credited himself.
You
Hey,
jerk.
hey, we've been waiting on him to be the stat guy for
Yeah,
8
I was about to
years.
say, I might as well be the
We-
stat
2
guy
years,
right now.
we gave him a mic and he never did stats again.
Here we go.
Yeah, this mugger Mike, he never saw a stat.
Got a little too meaty there. I'm sorry. No, so can you? That was a perfect throw, actually. If you had to guess, would you think that Caleb Williams would have the best quarterback per 5th grade versus the Green Bay Packers this season?
Yes,
As
I
a
would.
quarterback?
Because this defense is balled out.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I would.
Well, then you would be right.
Yeah, I would.
But let's just go down the numbers, shall we? Jalen Hurts, 29.8 quarterback grade. Anthony Richardson, horrible, 40.6. Will Levis, 54.7. Sam Darnold, 45.5. Matt Stafford, 54.4. Kyler Murray, 55.7. CJ Stroud, 62.7.
85 yards that game.
Trevor Lawrence, 74.5.
That checks out.
Jared Goff, the MVP, supposedly 76.2. And your very own QB1, Caleb Williams, 85.2. That's something to hang your hat on.
If I'm not mistaken, ain't that golf one a little skewed though? Didn't Love throw a defensive touch or a pick six?
He might have, but hey.
And then, Jared Goff basically didn't have to do anything the rest of the day.
Don't you skew these numbers.
Oh, okay, my bad. I apologize.
numbers,
I
right?
apologize.
Caleb's number one.
That was the best QBR rating against. What was that?
The best quarterback per 5th grade versus Green Bay this season.
Yeah.
Basically, he did the best against them.
He's dominated Green Bay this year.
Yeah. He's the best.
And a loss.
And a loss, right, yeah. But I mean, we're talking about looking forward to the future. That's what you can build off of. That's why, again, I tried to say this morning, too, you look at it glass half full We're trying not to be too depressed, even though it sucks because this guy said that Matt Eberfluss might get retained.
What's his name? Matt Eberfluss. Matt Eberfluss.
Call it what you want. Flush. Yeah, flush him down the toilet. I don't care.
That was
Jesus.
good. That was good.
Let's actually get back to Flus and get into this final topic here before we get into best and worst because we're running out of time quickly. We ain't did a best and worst in 2 weeks because we be talking about this team.
Gone.
Does anybody even have a best and worst?
I got a best and
You got a best and worst? All right.
I do.
All right, I got one too, actually. Does that count for this weekend? That does count for this weekend. I got a best and worst. Here's where it gets scary, and where you might it shouldn't even be a might. Where I think you have to move on from Matt Eberflus. I don't think that this Chicago Bears coaching staff trusts Caleb Williams. And realistically speaking,
They shouldn't.
I don't think that Matt Eberflus trusts Caleb Williams.
Too early.
Now, I think that I understand reasoning behind it, but I also think that you have two bad situations, and this is what you were scared of if you brought back a lame duck head coach. Matt Eberflus is coaching for his job. We think. He might not be.
He'll be at church with them on Sunday.
Yeah, he'll be at church with him on
Oh
Sunday.
boy.
But we would assume Matt Eberflus is coaching for his job.
Yeah.
That means that you're not going to take chances with your young quarterback that you probably need to take, like putting the ball in his hands on maybe one final play where he's cooked the Packers defense completely and taking a chance that he's going to be able to go out there, make the smart play, throw it to possibly an open wide receiver who seemed like they could find their way open every single time, or not take a sack in that moment. But Caleb Williams has taken multiple sacks. Pause. In that moment. Of, hey, we need to at least get a field goal here. You can't F this up.
Yeah.
He has done that this season. We have seen the Bears fumble in the worst times. We have seen this team be very flused in the most clutch moments. And I'm going to be honest with you. Like, when I watched back that game last night, I literally just was like, he didn't trust Caleb not to F it up.
Yeah.
He didn't trust Caleb not to go out there and make the smart play, not to go out there and make the right play. I think Thomas Brown trusts this young man. That's why you saw him throwing the football when you're down. I mean, all four plays. None of those plays at the end of the game were, what was it, 2 minutes left, 141, something like that?
Yeah.
Like, none of those plays were short dump-off screen passes. They were, hey, we got to develop something downfield. Young man, you got to make a play. You got to, hey, do whatever you can. You know he's in his ear. Do whatever you can. You make sure you stay upright. You get that football to Rome. You get that football to Keenan, whoever it is in that moment. Like, I think Thomas Brown trusts this young man. If you didn't, you're going with very safe plays. You're going with screen passes, different things like that, where you can't mess up.
And
I think that Matt Eberflus, when it came down to it, didn't trust that Caleb wouldn't make the mistake, and he needed the win, and that's why you saw him going at the end of that game because
he made a bad call.
He made the call to go conservative. Mm-hmm. Now again,
see,
should you be able to block up front? Should there have been a penalty call? Sure. We could say there's all of these things that should have happened. Cairo would have made the kick. The kick was straight.
Yep.
He would have made it.
But see, that's that not necessarily all defensive.
Most though.
Defensive head coaches. I can't say all of them, but that mentality that he has, it's playing safe. It's again playing, and he did that. Like you're saying, that face there, that he totally has to. He is definitely eating that. That he made that call.
Yeah,
it is killing him.
Well, actually, not. He doubled down today.
Yeah.
It is not killing him.
He doubles down every week, though.
That
he
loss
doubles down
hurts.
every week.
Oh, the loss hurt.
That face is. I'm tired of these stupid questions y'all asking me because I have to be accountable.
I think the loss hurts, but no, he doubled down on it today. They said, "Would you have made that same call if you did it again?"
Of course
he's like, "Oh yeah, I'd have made it."
Of course he's gonna say it. That's pride kicking in. He doesn't want to be second
what he
guessed.
should have said is, you know what, you're right. I should have held myself accountable.
No.
We should have did something differently.
He's not going to say that. He's not going to put himself.
That's
out there
why
like
he's a bad
that.
head coach.
It's the same thing with Scottie Pippen saying, "I'm going to do the exact same thing." Knowing like, dude, you hurt the team when you sat out for 1.8 seconds.
I'm not gonna F up my son. Well, he didn't hurt the team. They won the game.
Yeah, because Tony won it.
Yeah, but he didn't hurt the team.
But the whole point was I do it again. It's like, all right, you're gonna double down.
Yeah, I mean,
arrogance.
That's different though. I do it again. We won the game. That's easy.
No.
hey, listen. If I was Flus and we won the game, I'd do it again.
Of course he gonna
second
say
down, run it. We lost the game.
He played No,
Hold on,
Lame
Popeye's got a full turkey out there. I'm sorry, I got lost in the.
I was looking at
You
the
peeped that
$6
as
meal.
well.
I was looking
Oh,
at the cheap meal.
oh, it's getting fat
$6
on
big
this
box.
show.
All right.
But no, I think
wait a
that.
minute.
I think that.
Fat on this show.
Did he say it's getting fat on this show? That's crazy.
That's what you.
That's nuts.
You said.
I don't
see
think
it
that's
as nuts.
wild. I don't think that's wild.
I don't know, man.
If anything, $6 big box is more concerning. That's more concerning than anything.
Cheap box any day.
Whoa!
Wow. What a hole.
Well, no, I feel like you have a coaching staff right now that is afraid to let
Chase
this
greatness.
Rookie, I don't even know if it's chasing greatness, just to let this rookie go out there and make rookie mistakes.
Chasing great.
I think
At this
that's
point-
really what it is.
But at this point now, if his job is guaranteed and they let him do that, then he probably is back here and they can sell. Okay, we were letting him develop. To me, that would make sense that they let him play because now it doesn't matter.
Why not go for it?
No, what I'm saying
Yeah,
is now, moving
yeah.
forward, if his job is guaranteed to be here, they're going to let him play. Otherwise, if he's out of here, he's going to coach.
No, but here's the thing. This is who Flus is.
Mm-hmm.
How many of these games have we watched? That's why you got to get him out of here. You're going to stifle this
No,
kid.
I want him out of here.
Thank
Period.
you.
I never wanted him.
I love that
No,
word. Thank
I
you.
get it, but like
You're
it's
stifling.
You're gonna snuff this kid out. You're gonna make him a maybe he's a solid quarterback, maybe he isn't. But like it's just you're not going to put him in a position of success on a consistent basis. And to me, that is the part where if you're taking the ball out of his hands, if you sit there and go, he can't make the plays, if you sit there and go, we don't want you making those plays in this moment, then when you need him to make those plays in those moments, he's not going to be able to make them.
Shout out to Kanye West, where he said 36 seconds in a timeout. There's no excuse not to try at least gain another 10 to 15 yards. Eberflus's coaches like a coward. Year 3 and nothing has changed. 5-17 record in one score game. That's my thing. You had 36 seconds and a timeout. Played scared.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did Coach Yo say? You crippling them for life.
We quote "Remember the Titans"
because
so
they're
much on this
epic.
show. We need to do
Makes sense.
we need to do a like movie reaction for the Patreon where we literally just react to "Remember the Titans" because we've quoted that movie so many times, bro.
So many quotables.
You can throw it a mile, but you can't pitch it 5 feet. Like I know so many lines from this movie, dog.
Right.
I literally, whenever somebody gets tackled, you know, it's a tough tackle. Hold on to that ball, PD! I quote this movie so often. Hey, man, appreciate y'all tuning in. Show love. Hit that like button. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, man. Do you feel like this Bears coaching staff trusts Caleb Williams? Let's finish it out with here, man. We got the best and worst of the weekend. There was a lot of good and a lot of bad this weekend. We got a little background music for best and worst. I know Drew's loading something up over there.
We got something going on, but it's just
Wait, the Tyson fight.
yeah, we just got a little something.
That was the weekend. I think that was best and worst at the same time.
Well,
It was good to see Mike. but
I'm with you. I'm with you. Here's my best. Ramos versus Barrios. Phenomenal match.
Undercard fights.
Phenomenal fight. All of the undercard fights I thought were phenomenal. My best goes to Jake Paul. When everybody is mad at him right now. When everybody's mad at him right now, I don't think he's trolling the world. I think he is bringing eyes to boxing that nobody else would watch. Do you know how many people were watching that fight?
It shut
Legally
Netflix
and
down.
illegally.
It
60
shut Netflix
million households were watching that match.
That's crazy.
It shut Netflix.
60 no, and that is specific households. That doesn't include bars, that doesn't include clubs, he is bringing an eye to boxing that has not been in boxing in at least probably since Floyd.
I gotta challenge that. I think Mike Tyson brought 60. I think Jake would bring
Paul's,
20 million.
Who's
15.
calling Mike?
yeah, Jake Paul.
Jake Paul is setting the
definitely
event
reason.
up. I'm not
He's
saying
part
that.
of
Because
I'm
they
not
want to see
saying
him lose,
I'm-
and he keeps selling the fact that no one's.
Exactly.
He's selling that
and
he
guess
could be-
what? I'm not saying it's not a gimmick.
It is.
Because 60 million people don't show up if Mike Tyson knocks out Jake Paul to the next fight.
No, he's done. That's the whole
And
point.
that's my thing. You're bringing eyes to people who are really good at this sport. that are old boxing fans, that are the pure boxing fans, that are the old school guys that want to watch the sport, but they came from Mike Tyson. Mm-hmm. But then you end up going, dang, that Barrios dude kind of cold. Hold on now. Like, oh, what no girl like that?
I can see that, yeah.
Bust her eyeball open like that? How'd she lose the fight? Look, like, you created all of this controversy and conversation around all of these other fighters that...
No, because if you're good, you're good. I mean, Tank Davis is a beast.
It ain't like that, dog. It's if you're the best, you're the best. You're not gonna see these guys who are good at the sport. Boxing's dead.
You can blame WBC. You can blame.
No, you can
blame all of those folks.
I'm not saying that's not why it's not dead. I agree with you.
They're watching him to see that dude lose, and people keep thinking he might lose, and it's staged for him to win.
100%. I'm not sitting here telling you it's not, but I think that you have to give him credit for giving that eye and giving that bag to all of these people that wouldn't have got that bag. Yeah. All those people on the undercard getting paid. Yeah. Mike Tyson gets $20 million.
$20 million
to throw the fight, by the way, because I think he would have knocked him out.
$20 million and potentially an adult content situation at a rise. Huh? Because in the interview, they showed Mike Tyson's rear.
Oh, okay.
You gotta get money from it.
Hey, who was that?
Money from it.
Who's our boy? Tony. What's the name? Was like, I like how Mike getting there. I'm gonna kill this and eat his children. Da, 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 da. I love you. And walks off, and his butt cheeks is out in the back. Hey, V-Dog said his best of the weekend was finding out that the NBA on TNT will continue on with the main cast not going anywhere.
That was a good best. That's a great best. That's a great best. Although I don't know how long we need to stretch that out. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That's true.
Hey,
what's your best?
That was crazy.
Hey,
what you got, Drew?
Hey, TNT, they're still classic. They
got
but
the
the
problem
jokes,
is
they got
Chuck's
the
leaving.
people. They're still funny.
Chuck's got 1 year.
Chucky is a big part of that.
Chuck is gonna resign.
No, Chuck just is tired. He said, I'm done working. Chuck gonna retire.
He's gonna resign.
Chuck said, I'm old, bro. I'm done. Maybe they do. Maybe if they keep it all together, they do resign him. What was your best?
I'm going to go the route. I love my Chicago Sky. The Sky.
Sky had a good night. Yeah.
Third pick in the upcoming draft next year, and I look for them to try and address their issues with shooting. They were one of the worst in shooting attempts last year. Of course, we already addressed the interior with. Goodness gracious, Angel Reese and Camila Cardoso. Yep. And there's a chick out of Connecticut that I'm really looking at outside of Paige Buchholz because I think Paige is going number one.
Paige going one. Yeah. Paige is going to Dallas.
Cardoso actually, she was definitely disappointing in terms of like how she was. I think she
got hurt.
She was hurt with her shoulder, and I just hope that she's able to actually bounce back and actually be dominant.
Yeah, like she was a baller though.
Yeah, they were dominating in college. Like I hope that she can get to her form and then pair her with Reese and actually do stuff.
But look out for this one name I want to mention. Her name is Ozzy Fudd. She's a 5'11" shooting guard. Ozzy Fudd.
Okay.
Or AZ Fudd. I don't know how to say her first name, so it may be AZ. Sounds a little bit more like that, maybe. But Steph Curry even said that she has one of the best shooting strokes in the world. So look out for her. Maybe if we get her on the Sky might be really good.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm finna look it up.
Goddamn. Fudd.
AZZIFUDD. AZZ.
Okay, AZZ. Fudd.
AZZIFUDD. But yeah, no, she's going to be somebody to look for. They clearly need shooting with Tyler Marsh being their new head coach.
Definitely
I think that is the direction that they go because they already clearly got the interior already addressed. So
have you gotten over Spoon being fired?
Yeah, because I hear that Tyler Marsh is actually a really good signing, and he's coming from a winning obviously organization.
She looks very talented.
Aces.
Calm down, dog.
She's talented.
You got a best?
Yeah.
All right. Drew, you got a best.
The best of the weekend I want to say is probably the potential of Caleb. He showed a lot, and I'm looking forward to him making some more, increase his skill set. So I want him to be a top tier. So I'm looking at that's the best because he showed a step in rebounding from the firing of the OC.
Yeah. I think the Thomas Brown and Caleb connection looked promising. I'm gonna second that because it's not like we're hoping to build for next year. You knew they weren't ready to necessarily do something this year. You just wanted to knock on the door, maybe contend for the division type of thing. Versus like, okay, next year it's all in. There's no excuse for next year. Like we can't have this.
Yeah. My worst of the weekend is Netflix. I am scared. Now, 60 million households versus what's going to be watching on Christmas Day for football. Probably very different. Most Monday night games do about 21 million. But I don't know if Netflix can do live streaming, dog. Like, for an audience that big, when everybody's trying to get on the bandwidth that quickly, like, everybody keeps... I was talking to head of content today, Danny Zetterman from ESPN 1000. Shout out, Danny.
Danny. What's up, Danny?
He was like, they'll have it together. I'm like, I don't know, dog. Like, I'm real nervous because Netflix over the weekend was horrible. I mean, if you were trying to watch that fight on anything other than a cell phone, you weren't watching.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible.
Like the bandwidth was gone. I mean, like I was trying to log in, it just kept saying, check your internet. That's the worst thing too. Don't give me update the message. Update the message so that the message say like, hey, we having some issues. Don't hit me with a message that say your internet connection is struggling. I'll fight you. I paid my bill. Don't play with me.
You're trying to say
Yeah, man, you trying to say I'm broke. Netflix called us broke. They said, I see what package you got. You paying for commercials on this. We got ad breaks in this one. We got ad breaks on here, dog. Get your money up, not your funny up. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta put hands on Netflix. Now, I pay for the expensive Netflix, unfortunately. I like 4K stuff. What was your worst, my guy?
My worst, and this might be a very unpopular opinion, but it was just mine, just because I'm used to seeing better guests on the show. Shannon Sharp interviewed Carlos Miller, and I just was like, eh.
Oh, I thought that was good. I like Carlos. I'm a fan of the 85 South show and all of that.
I'm a fan of that element, that environment. I'm a fan of, obviously, when they were on the
Wildin' Out
show. But I don't know. The last couple of guests, Miss Pat and him, it was like, yeah, I could.
I love Miss Pat too. I'm not gonna lie.
But maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm not too fond of these.
Miss Pat's stories. I feel like he getting to the hood people now.
Okay, so that's probably what
he finally getting to the folks in the hood. You know what I mean?
Probably because he messed up all the higher class people with that. Oh yeah, Michelle. Now he's got to go back down into the ghetto.
I don't think that's the case. These people in the hood have a great story.
No, they do it. You know, I'm
Michelle.
That's my Michelle.
I forgot. He said something. I was watching a clip of that, and he had said something funny. I'm just trying to remember.
Oh, Carlos always hilarious.
Now, I do agree. There was something funny he said about dating and how big women like to get with
skinny dudes.
Skinny dudes, but
said something else.
Short dudes always want to try to get with tall women, but tall women don't ever want to be with short dudes because they like the tall dudes, but the tall dudes are taken. And it's like this whole like dating conundrum thing. That was funny. The way he said it was funny.
I can't recall what. There was something else he said that was pretty funny.
Okay. I ain't gonna lie. He's hilarious.
Carlos hilarious, bro. I love Carlos.
It seemed a little off to me. I don't know.
I think he said something about the.
It was a different vibe. You bringing in
maybe
the hood.
That's what it is.
More.
Maybe that's what it is.
You bringing in the mud still on the come up to me.
He said that's what he was saying. He's like, I've been in the game for over 20 years, but they call me an up and coming comic. But he said something else. So whatever it was that was on that interview.
Couldn't have been that funny. You got the worst, Joe?
I just said it was the best and worst of the fight.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And then I got Caleb and the Packers losing, of course.
Yeah, Drew, worst?
Yeah, I'm about to end it on this kind of sour note, man. This weekend was kind of tough, man. Lost in the family about a month ago, and on the RIP, James Palmer Jr. out there for everybody that know him or don't know him. He was my stepson. He had a tragic loss, and just in our memories every day.
Yeah. Prayers up to the family, man. Prayers up to you. Y'all know if y'all need anything, y'all can reach out. Big love to Drew. Y'all send prayers in the chat. Appreciate y'all, man. See, that's how you go through something tragic, Drew. You don't gotta break it down.
Why you gotta?
I gotta turn it on you now. Joel
don't
always
ruin the
Joel
moment.
Always
The young
man
man passed away. Don't even go there with me. You were right.
No.
Like you said earlier, we're getting at an age where we're starting to bury more people.
Yeah, I lost my uncle this week.
That because we're all in our 20s. Now I'm in my mid 40s, and now it's getting to a point where life, you can't take it for granted. That's all. So now you're seeing our friends, family and parents pass away, and it was bad to see that. That's all I'm saying.
No, I feel you. No, but all love to Drew, man. All love to the family.
Yeah.
Love to all you guys out there, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love as always. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. Leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Me and Mr. Meaty. Breaking down more Bears football.
Oh boy,
Should we start talking Bulls at this point? Like, it's
that's how bad it's getting.
it's getting bad.
They give it up 150 points on average.
Hey, man, for the super producer Joel Holt, Mr. Media himself, Jordan JC, Mr. Drew Better. If you do better, you do better. Say, who better? Nobody, bro. It's your boy, Pat the Designer, back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there in Chicago. Bear down. One love.
One love.
Peace.
One love.
Oh, boy. You want to talk Bulls?
I don't know if I want to do that. I'm sick of this shit.
Chicago sports is at an all-time low.
Oh, God, we're all in fourth place.